The Carroll County Department of Social Services is under investigation for violating Virginia laws, rules, and policies meant to protect children and families.
10 News uncovered 7 different investigations, some with serious findings.
Jenna Zipton talked to one mother who is still fighting to get her children back after they went into foster care nearly 4 years ago.
I want them to know that their mommy loves them.
A mother heartbroken. Angela Key's 3 children taken away.
I fell into substance abuse and they were taken into foster care.
That was May 2019.
I worked very hard to get sober.
And you've been sober now for how long?
4 years, May 20th, the day they took them. I did everything I could to get them back.
But she was set up for failure. 10 News obtained this report from an office within the governor's office, tasked with investigating complaints involving children in foster care. The report describes how the Carroll County Department of Social Services showed little regard for the laws, regulations, and policies that would have protected the members of this family. A state investigation found from the moment the children were first removed from her care, the agency engaged in actions and made decisions that made it increasingly difficult and ultimately impossible for her to be reunited with her children.
The investigation revealed the Department of Social Services didn't fully investigate the case and failed to stay in touch with Angela. It appeared she was winning her battle with addiction, but Carroll County discounted the strides she made.
We needed their help. We needed them to work at reunification. That would have been best for my children.
Her youngest was 3 years old at the time.
Probably thinks his mommy doesn't want him. All of this is my tons and tons of evidence, the whole entire case from 2019 on. I wrote my own statements of objections and corrections.
Key says she realized early on there was a problem and started documenting everything.
To each review that the foster worker would submit to the court, there was tons of lies and misinformation and lack of information. So I would correct each of those.
She has thousands of pages of emails, Facebook messages, documented conversations, and more.
They weren't really talking to me. They weren't really telling me anything to do. And they weren't coming to the home to see my children's rooms and drug test me randomly. I started doing drug screens on my own, and I would beg them to tell me anything at all about what they wanted, if they wanted anything further than that, if there was going to be meetings held, what did they want me to do? And they just were not communicating.
Frustrated, she reached out to the state, the Office of the Children's Ombudsman, who can investigate any Department of Social Services. The investigation found issues with the way her case was handled from the very beginning that echo her claims. The state confirmed an inadequate investigation by Child Protective Services. The lack of urgency or interest to achieve reunification, lack of meaningful visitation with the children, court records that contained incomplete and inaccurate information, and troubling internal policies.
If they had allowed family therapy like was recommended by counselors and my providers, it would have changed the whole trajectory of the case. Made all the difference in the world. That they weren't allowing meaningful visitations, that they basically did not work at reunification.
Which is the whole goal.
Yeah, supposed to have been the whole goal.
The state found reunification was impossible to achieve for the mother, giving the mother of 3 some vindication, but not her children.
It was proven they had lied, they had broken laws, they had violated policies and our rights. They had done wrong.
It turns out Angela's isn't the only case. There have been 7 recent investigations into Carroll County DSS, and 2 of them have what they call serious findings. The state wants Carroll County to make specific improvements, but they're not revealing what they are to 10 News.
Now they're under a microscope as needed to be and held accountable. With no accountability, that's how they was getting away with all the evil. That is evil.
She is still working to get her children back. Her parental rights were terminated, but she's appealing that decision. Her case goes in front of a 3-judge panel next month at the Court of Appeals of Virginia.
I want them to know, and when they're old enough, I really want them to know that everything was done this way. This is why this happened. Mommy did everything right.
Jenna Zibton, 10 News, working for you.
Now, it's important to note the findings and decisions of the courts are not subject to review during this state investigation process. The courts determined that there was neglect, imminent threat to the children, and termination of parental rights was in the best interests of the children.
And we'll keep working for you to see what happens with Angela and her children in court, and we are in contact with the state to see what action they take.
And we also asked Carroll County for an interview. They said if we sent written questions, they would be happy to review them to determine whether a response is permitted or appropriate.
The DSS director told us in part, every CPS and foster care case is subject to a rigorous system of checks and balances to ensure that the right decisions are made for children and families. Every child and family is served by a team of professionals who make recommendations and advocate for the goals of the foster care placements. The department's primary goal is to reunify the family. However, this goal is not always achievable and in the best interests of the child.
To read the entire statement, just go to our website, WSLS.com.